Hi there and welcome. I'm Jelge from Cars Daily and today we have a new video for you. Today we are test driving the Audi A6 as you can see and we're gonna see what it's like and how it is to drive. So here we have the 5th generation of the Audi A6. It all started in 1968 with the Audi 100 as it was called. In 1994 it was replaced by the Audi A6 and now we have here, as I said, the 5th generation of the A6 and I think it looks rather nice, especially better than the previous model because as we can see in most Audi designs recently we see these more sort of triangular shapes and lines that makes it look more sporty, and we see this with the A6, especially with the A6 actually, and the previous one wasn't really that, you know, it didn't look that good if it was compared to this one. And here at the front we see these angular shapes coming back, especially in the grille, which is sort of cornered nicely. You have the Quattro badge, of course, Audi's big rings, and the grille is really wide and big, and you have these black sensors here. They are for the emergency braking and the adaptive cruise control, and you really see this new styling. The lines are sharp, you have these rough edges and it makes it look very nice. Also you have these HD matrix LED lights. Now they don't dodge bullets, but they do a little dance when you turn them off, which is rather nice. And I'm sort of pleased with the new styling from Audi because as I mentioned earlier, the previous A6 was not as good looking as this one, which is normal, but this one just looks a bit more tough, a bit I should say aggressive, I think, because of those angles and those more sporty styling which we see in all Audi models recently. So here at the back you also have these HD LED matrix lights. With the A7 you have this an LED bar connecting them. With the A6 you have a chrome strip, which also looks nice. One thing that I think I don't like is these fake exhausts, because they are not functional. They maybe look good, but they don't do anything. But we see these more and more often these days with other cars as well. This is the 50 TDI model. I'm gonna tell you a little bit more about that later on in the video, but for now, boot space. As you can see, it is rather big, actually 530 liters space in this model. The Avant will have more, of course. So while driving the Audi A6, you really have luxury all around you. I mean, exclusive materials, leather everywhere, although the interior isn't full leather actually in this one. You have these two big screens here. Audi's virtual cockpit, but that's for later. For now I'm going to drive it, so we're gonna see what it's like to drive. Now I have to say I've put it in comfort mode right now, but I'm gonna change that to dynamic. Have a moment please, because I have to tell you, this car has air suspension, and the air suspension ensures comfortable and smooth driving when you, for instance, put it in comfort mode, but it also ensures a really sporty experience when you put it in dynamic mode. This way it stiffens up the suspension, it lowers the car, and in that way you have a more sporty experience. This model, the 50 TDI model, has 286 horsepower. This will accelerate the car from 0 to 60 in just 5.5 seconds. Now let's let me give you an example. A Golf GTI does this in 6.2 seconds. So it is, I think that's proper performance for just a normal comfort car. Small fact which I found really interesting was that the Avant version of this car only weighs 65 kilograms more. Now I don't think that's much, just a small fact for you there. So sitting inside the A6, it's a very pleasant experience. You have the virtual cockpit here, you have these two big screens here. Top screen you can adjust everything for the infotainment, media, navigation, etc. Bottom screen is for the seats, the heating and some of the safety features which involve emergency braking, lane change warning, etc. And the virtual cockpit can show also your navigation, media and other information about the car itself. So the A6 really feels like it's built around the driver, not let's say for the driving experience, but for the overall experience of the car, to make it comfortable, not noticeable that you're driving. Actually, it's a car you don't want to get out of. Very luxurious for sure. And I have to say I couldn't find any. There's a piece of plastic here, but that's the only thing I could find. For the rest, it's all exclusive materials. It's very comfortable. This car doesn't have the full leather option, but it's Alcantara, which I think also looks very nice. Like I said, it is very comfortable, but is it spacious? Now as you can see, I didn't change nothing about my seat, but as I get in, I have a lot of space left, and I'm not a small guy, I'm 186 meters, so a lot of space, a lot of headroom, and I can even sit in the middle right here. And I'm still comfortable. And you have this air conditioning right here, two USB ports and a 12-volt port. So yes, spacious, very spacious actually. Now as you are driving the A6 for a while, you can get to know it a little bit, and I have to say, because of the air suspension, it really makes it a gentle car. And with gentle I mean it drives gentle. You don't want to get out of it, it's comfortable. The air suspension higher or lowers the car when you want it to. And it also makes sure, together with the four-wheel steering, that the performance is there also if you want it to. It's not always there, and sometimes the car has to react when you, for instance, give it full throttle. It has to change down, and this doesn't go smoothly all the time or as fast as you want it to. But then again, it still is a diesel, so with this technology it actually is pretty good. Now as you can see, because of the four-wheel steering, it makes it really easy to drive with this car around small corners, small parking places and that kind of stuff. So four-wheel steering not only good for the performance, but also for convenience. Now coming to the final verdict of the Audi A6. A few things I have to tell you is we didn't like that the exhausts were fake, and sometimes the gas response was a bit too slow. Now I don't know if it's because it's a TDI engine or because the computer has to think before it reacts. Although sometimes it takes too long. But all in all, it is a very good car. You have everything you could want on a car. It's quiet, it's comfortable, it's very luxurious. Also, like I said, the air suspension really good, and the four-wheel steering is even better. So then again, as all the Audi A6s previous to this one were also very good, and they've done it again with the new Audi A6. So thank you for watching, and I would like to tell you, please subscribe to our channel to see future reviews, and also click on our social channels below to stay updated about future content. Now thank you for watching. I'm gonna drive it a bit more.